15 on the highway patrol.
A driver pulled over for speeding pointed a rifle at a highway patrol officer yesterday. CHP says it happened just north of Reading on I-5. An officer stopped a vehicle on the Mountain Gate off-ramp. The driver, they say, got out of the car, pointed the AR-style assault rifle toward the officer. Officials say the suspect re-entered his vehicle and then they started pursuit. Vehicle continued southbound, driving at varying speeds before exiting the freeway at Oasis, continuing for about 2 miles west before stopping near Vigil Court. The suspect taken into custody, booked into Shasta County Jail.
What the f?
That's crazy, right? This man, he hops out with an AR style assault rifle, walks up on the police. The police pull backwards. They didn't hop out the car and fire. I mean, what's the word? I mean, de-escalate ain't even the word. They got the hell out of Dodge. Now, we just recently had the story with the young man running from the police, Ryan Hinton, his father, Rodney Hinton, who later on, unalived a police officer over his son being shot by the police. Well, they said that while he was running, that somehow he was running and he pointed the gun at them. They feared for their life. See, we don't even have to actually be taking a stance and actually pointing a firearm at police. All we have to do is look like or be running away. Right here, you see this man, he walked up to the police cruiser and the police cruiser backed up. And then somehow they arrested him peacefully. You know what I'm saying? They figured out a way to, de-escalate. You know how what's the word? What's the phrase when they in a chase and they decide to back off? They decide to back off on a high-speed chase because they feel like it's too dangerous in the public area. Well, this don't even look like a public area, but they decided to back off. And we'll get him later. We know his license plate number. It's not like he can get away. And they got him, they apprehended him later. He went in peacefully. He went to jail peacefully. Now, if you do that, and I'm not advocating for violence. I'm not saying go out and do that, or you get pulled over, stand your ground and all of that crap like they do. But I just want you to understand there's two worlds that you live in America. There's two worlds. You know what I mean? There's a white world and there's a black world. There's plenty of videos where you have white folks pulling knives, pulling guns on law enforcement, and law enforcement somehow, some way find a way to take them in peacefully without gunning them down, without unloading, several shots. But the point is you see how hypocritical it is when they say, well, he had a gun, he was resisting. Whereas you got somebody that literally is walking up on a police telling them, come on, what you want to do? With the firearm in hand. Now, maybe the police just seen that he was, outmatched in firepower. I mean, he looked at that rifle and, and said, you know what, I don't want to have a Wild West shootout. Maybe that could be the case. But there are plenty of other instances where people have threatened police officers. White folks have threatened them, talk to them crazy and everything, pull a knife on them. I remember one video, I hope I can find it. It was one video where it was a man with a knife and they're just telling him to stop. Finally, the officer, somehow he just goes and has a conversation with the man. And before you know it, the man gives up. And I thought to myself, like, it's something that needs to be studied, because it's something in there where you see a person that looks like you and you automatically have compassion on them. You want to know, what are you going through? Well, the thing about law enforcement policing Black people is that a lot of times law enforcement are afraid of Black people. They don't understand. I want you to really think about this. These are white males that come from other neighborhoods. They grow up a totally different way from Black people. Then they, get in a uniform and they are policing Black people. And all they know is the things they see on television and the things that they see and hear about Black people. And so in a lot of instances, they don't understand Black people. You got people that don't understand another people policing this people. and afraid of these people and willing in that, you know, emotion of being afraid of these people, they resort to the utmost violence within their training. They don't resort to, okay, what's going on, man? Like, you having a bad day? Tell me what's going on. They don't try to, you know, connect on a human level. They see black men as, you know, animals, you know, as this thing, this terrifying thing. That's just my opinion. You know what I mean? But these are people that are even not from our community that are policing us. I truly believe that black folks could police black folks far better than any other race. That's my opinion. And, you know, I'm going to stand by that. No dynamic is this. There are many times where black people just look like they might do something, or they haven't even did anything, or maybe they pulled out their wallet, or maybe they have a phone in their hand and they're gunned down, versus someone like this that walks up on a police officer, able to leave the scene and make it somewhere else and get arrested and take it in peacefully.